Hello, welcome to Dragon HQ and Dragon Studio once more. I'm Caroline, the original Dragon Lady. In this video, I want to talk about dragons and healing. I get an awful lot of messages, emails and so on from people, which I apologise, I don't always get a chance to respond to. But every now and again, some of them really catch me and I need to address, and they're too long to respond to personally. And in this instance, it was one that I wanted to make a video about. And somebody had messaged me and said, can the dragons be used for healing? There's something going on in their life and they want to know if the dragons can be used for healing. If so, how and which ones? Now, all the dragons, or probably most of the dragons in my deck, the Dragon Path Oracle cards, can be used for healing in one way or another, because the dragons are about us being the best possible version of ourselves. So that can be healing, working with our shadow side, dropping judgment, all manner of things. But there are 3 Pacific dragons that are based around healing. Now, many of you will know this particular dragon, and probably many of you can't say his name. His name is Escalapius. I'll say that again, Escalapius. Now, this particular dragon, he has his roots in, I think it's Greek mythology. He predates Hippocrates, and he's the Escalapius as a person is a demigod and was a renowned healer. Now, when this dragon came in, I had to actually go and Google it afterwards, because I didn't know anything about Escalapius or anything else at that time. And the information, I just needed some collaboration. That's not the right word, but I need to quantify what I was being given, I guess. And what he gave me was absolutely spot on. So this particular version of Escalapius, he works with the natural world. So if you think things like crystals, herbalism, so plants, vibrational essences, flower essences, and that type of thing, he can guide you to using the natural world for healing. So the natural resources that we have. Now, that may be to find a herbalist, to find an essence, a vibrational essence maker. It may be that if you use a pendulum and you dowse, and you've got the things like the batch flower remedies, you can dowse for the ones that you need for you. So the key to working with the dragons is to, again, this is what they teach us about our healing, is they guide us to follow our inner knowing. So with tuning into Escalapius, you can ask him to join you in meditation. You can ask for him to join you, to guide you where your next step may need to be. It could be that you need essential oils. You may need a massage. And if you don't do these things, or you don't know about these things, it's about asking him to guide you where you need to go for what you need to seek. It could be homeopathy. So anything that uses the natural world. He also works interestingly with vets, and he's also a support to people like herbalists and homeopathists. Who else? Massage people that use essential oils. So he covers both aspects. So he's a support to those who work within those fields and who give an awful lot of their energy by working with people who need support and help. But he will also be the other side of the coin, where he will guide you to what you need, or to who you need that works in that field. So you can go do it through meditation, with connecting with him in meditation, or, as the dragons really like to do, is send us messages via the universe. So look out for synchronicities, look out for those strange coincidences, and join the dots together, because we do have to do some of this work ourselves. It doesn't come in as a thunderbolt and flashing lights and neon signs. It's often quite subtle. And your job is to join the dots together. So if you're looking for some kind of therapy and some kind of support that uses all the aforementioned, ask Escalapius to guide you to what and where you need to go and whom you need to work with, because they rarely, if ever, get it wrong. So that's Escalapius and how he can support you with what you do. Now, he's got a counterpart. As you know, if you've got the deck, you've got the guardians in the deck, and they have their counterparts. So you have Escalapius on one hand, who deals with the physical, and then you've got the healer, who deals with the energetic. Now, the healer, again, supports those who work with any of the energetic healing modalities, so things like Reiki, spiritual healing, any of that energetic type stuff. There's also the slight crossover, because things like essences and homeopathy are energetic, so that aspect also crosses over into the healer. So the same thing applies. If you need something like Reiki and you don't know who does Reiki, or you don't know quite what it is you need, but you need something on an energetic level, again, this guy will work with you in meditation for healing. He will guide you to maybe where or what needs healing. He can help you in that aspect, but he will also guide you to finding the right healer for you. So these two will often work together. They don't need to work in isolation. You can work with them as a pair. They're not averse to working together. All the dragons will work together if it's for the benefit of you and us and the planet. All the dragons will work together if that's what is needed. They're not snobby like that, or whatever the word is. They will all come together because they're about unity and community, not polarity. All right. So call on the healer. Again, you can ask him to come in and join you and to guide you. And again, look to join the dots and see where it leads you. But you've got to follow your inner knowing. And those messages can be so subtle. I actually did a blog recently about Otter. And I joined the dots together. And that then led me on to, I actually need to do some work on myself. Because the dragons got my attention that way. I just, got into burnout, and not full on burnout, but I got into a point of I just had nothing left. And the only way the dragons could get my attention was in the dream state, which is incredibly rare for me to work with the dragons in the dream state. It doesn't happen. It hardly ever happens. This is the first time in about 10, 15 years they've come to you in the dream state. So it will come to you in whatever form they need to get their message across to you. So if you ask and you don't see the messages during the day, you may get it in dream state. So be aware of all of those things, of how they will talk to you and work with you. And you've got to do some of the work yourself. They won't do it for you, because that isn't why the dragons are here. They're not here to do the work for you. They're here to guide you to do the work for you, on you, and what you require. So that's those two. So they're the two particular healers, energetically, and for the physical. So the physical body and the energetic body basically is what they're about. Now we come to this one. Is really interesting, and this is the Avery matriarch. Where am I going there? This is the Avery matriarch. Now I actually run a workshop with her in Avebury, because that's where I met her. I actually met her in Avebury. I was doing some energetic work on a girlfriend of mine in the Avebury Henge, and that's when she showed herself to me, because we were actually clearing on my friend. I was actually clearing some ancestral pain that she was carrying that wasn't hers to carry. And so I carried on working, connecting with the Avery matriarch, and out of that came the Avery matriarch workshop. I suppose the best way to talk about this is, how you get patterns in families. how, I don't know, you get divorces and second marriages, or you get particular habits that are formed, and you don't know where they've come from and why particular things happen through families. It's like this thread of stuff that happens through families, but you don't know why or where it came from. But also you don't know how to change it either. You know you don't want to create what happened to your cousin, your sister, your brother, whatever, or even your parents. But these patterns keep repeating. Avebury matriarch is one of the more shamanic dragons, a little like Escalapius. He has a very shamanic energy. And Avebury matriarch is similar. She worked on a shamanic level. And you can call on Avebury matriarch, and you will need to, you don't physically have to be in an ancient stone circle or an ancient lands. You don't have to physically be there, but you can take yourself there, energetically, and ask her to guide you to where this pattern started. Because this is the workshop that I do. So I take people on a journey to where the pattern started. So you can do the same thing yourself. You can go on a journey with the Avebury matriarch to where this family pain started. And you can meet the ancestors. Now, this could be a generation ago. It could be 5 generations ago. It could be way, way back. I've had people go back almost to prehistoric times on workshops to where something started. And you sit with the ancestors and you do the healing that's required. So it may be forgiveness, it may be understanding. It varies with every single individual. I'm not even going to begin to tell you how many variants there are. But generally it's based around forgiveness. Because it isn't your pain to carry. This started way back, and it can come through, and it could have started through anger, pain, jealousy, guilt, all those kind of things. And they get carried up, quite often the female line. So they go mother to daughter frequently. That doesn't mean to say that the men don't carry it. It just means that frequently they're passed mother to daughter. Because we tend to be the more of the nurturers. So wherever this family pain or pattern began, it's your job, if you choose to actually change it. To do the forgiving, to do the acknowledging, to do the whatever you require, and only you will know when you're in that moment of what is required. Because what happens when that chain is broken, it travels the entire family line, backwards but also forwards. So your children, your nieces, your nephews, your great-grandchildren, your grandchildren don't carry this pattern. It stops with you. So that's, they're just 3 examples of how you can work with the dragons. These 3, oh, there's my dog, I do apologise. These 3 specifically, excuse me, can I pause? I don't know. I don't need to. So these 3 specifically, where am I going? These 3 specifically, so you've got, who have I got? The healer. I've got the healer, Escalapius, and the Avebury matriarch. So these 3 specifically are for healing. Now, there is one more. Well, there's more than one more. But the other one that sort of springs to mind is Delphin. Now, where's Delphin? So I didn't get him out earlier. Let me find him. See, you can tell I never plan these things, do I really? I just sort of work off the cuff. Now, Delphin, so apart from that, he works with, he's got connections to Poseidon, he's got connections to our oceans. He also works with emotion and flow. So if you're feeling stuck, you can call on Delphin. if you're feeling overwhelmed with emotion, you can call on Delphine to help and support you, understand what's going on, release what's going on, all that type of thing. So you see, all the dragons, you know, there's 4 for example. These are the 4 that sort of spring to mind, specifically the first 3. But all the dragons will help you in any way. All you've got to do is ask, and then be aware for the answers. And of course, on top of, you know, these guys, there are many, many more dragons than are in my deck of 33 cards, because you've got your own guardian, guide, and teacher dragons, plus whatever else, you know, you may have around you, healing dragons and so on. But there's three common ones: guides, teachers, and guardians. They're the 3 common ones that people have, and they will guide you too. So it's not exclusively to just these. Your own will help you and support you. So I just hope you find that interesting and you find it of use. If you've got any questions, let me know. And of course, you can find more information about my workshops and everything else that I teach and do, dragon related and more, on my website and Facebook page and everywhere else, Instagram, and of course here on YouTube. As always, if you've liked it and you've enjoyed it, subscribe, share, comment, and all the rest of it. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Big love, guys. See you later. Bye.